You want to step in here and we'll...
Let's go.
That way we're just kind of out.
This is the same room that about a year ago I was here with Ashley Strobel.
Yeah.
We sat right there reporting to the police officer her rape, the case that happened when she was 6, and we wanted to reopen it.
Okay.
Hour and a half talking to him. He never even bothered to contact us back at all.
Do you want to send a different room, or is this...
Oh, no, it's fine. I'm just, it's actually in the paperwork that you'll be reading.
Gotcha.
It's, everything works out for a reason, in a certain way.
Over there.
Yeah. Actually, are you cool if you take the, if I take the chair and you take the couch? Or?
I don't sit very well.
Yeah, I don't either. Well, and these aren't that comfortable to sit in.
Yeah.
All right. You're about ready to shit your pants.
Okay. Do I even know what I'm getting into here? I'm
No,
not
you
recording
don't.
yet,
Huh?
I'm not recording yet, so hold
No,
on.
I won't. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm just trying to let dispatch know where I'm at. So there's just too many people right now. 8:43. That's my bachelor. Can you show me out on an interview at the LEC? And I don't need stats checks. Suppose you just hold down.
Yeah, it's a delay, isn't it?
Yeah.
Does yours do night vision?
Not really.
Mine switches over to night vision. That's pretty cool. But anyway, yeah, she have no.
This table? Would that help you?
I think it'll help you, and you might want the tissues actually. When you said, you know, whether or not you know what you're getting into,
Yeah.
you don't. I'm sure you figured there's something weird, something different,
Yeah.
and you have no idea how much, and that's why I got to get out of the area. I mean,
Is this specific to Corvallis Police?
no, it's the whole community. I have people that, a professional boxer, they're in the video on the documentary where I hold his hand and I just talk to him, and he can feel my energy going to his body, to where when I let go of his hand, I have to catch him because he almost passed out. This isn't an ego thing. This isn't a mental illness. It's actually the exact opposite.
So how long have you been feeling this way? Like,
oh,
we don't have anything really documented.
Oh,
some stuff where you're
see, and that's what's crazy is that nobody's even looked into it, and that's why everybody's in the situation that you guys are in right now. Everybody assumed that I was mentally ill and that I was lying, and you're going to see every ounce of everything that I've said is 100% true. I know exactly what's going to happen to Ashley here shortly. If you guys don't fucking listen to me and do something, she's going to commit suicide. She's already either punched herself in the face. I have in my phone a picture of her eyes all, and she's either going to say that I somehow did it, or she's doing it again, because she, a year and a half ago or a year ago, she was in the partial inpatient program for this. The same nurse that did the legal mental health assessment on me was the one that they got to do it because they had the relationship. I mean,
Where is she now?
Ashley?
Yeah.
She's in Texas.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, yesterday, ironically on Easter, did you see the video I posted?
I didn't.
You should have. It's an amazing one. I spent the day, instead of working on, by the way, all of this I wrote and did last night while you were sleeping. When I say that my body, you know, doesn't need sleep, I'm telling you the honest God truth.
So before we get into all this, can you, I forgot the term that you used again.
Full spectrum consciousness?
Yes. Can you explain that to me real quick?
How about this? Are you willing to let me show you that I can see through your eyes?
What does that entail?
I'm grab my iPad, and I have no weapons on there or anything. Man,
You've been really good.
I'm the most amazing man you've ever met. I really am. I care more about anybody in the world than anybody else does. That's why I'm in the position I'm in. And everything we think of as life, it's an illusion. You know, and I've explained it to you already. It's because the brain, every single memory you have has one little light in it. And that's because it's always looking at the negative first. And I happen to, because of Ashley, I happen to extreme full spectrum conscious. I mean, I'm the person that finally hit the finish line button. I know exactly what's getting ready to happen. I know exactly how it's changing. I know exactly what I have to do. I don't feel I'm God. I don't feel I do feel there might be a possibility that other lives, because all of, as extreme as this is going to sound to you, all of us that are on Earth have been here from the beginning. We just keep recycling. When we die, and the only time it stops is once one person in the world chose to unconditionally, undeservingly love everybody else in the world. And you've heard enough, you've seen enough about my past to know that I have been that person. And Ashley, oh, there's at least 5 felonies that I'm going to give you proof of. That she destroyed my business. She hacked into my account, sent nudies of me to my kids, my clients. I mean, used her own email address that's her name. On my stolen phone also, too, because she put, anyway, all of that's in here. But
so how do you come about achieving that, or how did that happen for you?
You know what, the video, this is why. So the video, in the very beginning I say, I know exactly how the story goes, I know how it finishes it, because I know it's already written. Literally. You guys are writing the story. I mean, how all the, look at this. This is how many emails have been sent to all of your officers that they get scared and they stop responding back to me. Every single one of them. Because they know. Sarah, she's seen miracles. Hands down she has. She's seen a lot of things. And that's, how can she, when I beg them, please you guys, please respond back to me. Please help me. Nothing. You know. I mean, that alone.
Are these copies for me to have?
Yeah. So realize, while you're sleeping, look at this. I prepared this. It's all ready to go right to a judge. I'm not an attorney. How? Because of my knowing, because of my consciousness. How can I predict the future? Because to me it's not predicting the future. It's just, I know all your lies that you believe, and majority of everything you believe is because someone else told you. Just like your name. That's not, someone else told you that. Or just like mental illness. Somebody else that's unconscious that made this, like mania. I'm sorry, man, but mania is amazing.
Also,
look what I accomplished. You know, you're going to, what's her name? Dana. She said Einstein is mentally ill. So,
yeah,
so Buddha?
Doesn't mean that you're not smart. Doesn't mean
no. Who in the right has the right to say that someone's mentally ill? You would have to say Buddha. You'd have to say Jesus Christ was mentally ill. Hands down, you would have to, because every single thing he did is exactly what I've been doing in my documentary. Yeah, so now you can, how in the world does anybody have the right to even diagnose when they haven't even taken the time to look up full spectrum consciousness?
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much proof out there. Do you realize it's scientifically proven that a human can achieve pretty much every single superhero ability that we have on TV? I know they can. Have you seen the video of me sticking my arm in the flames?
Yeah.
How am I doing this? You know, how am I getting thermal of my body going ice cold and all my energy? You know why? It's because I know your illusion. I can make you see anything I want you to see. Now, to prove that to you, just so that you understand right off the bat that I'm not bullshitting around, I'm not lying, if you're willing to let me do this, I'm just going to show you 2 lines. They happen to be colors of the Ukraine flag.
Okay.
You can understand why that means something to me.
How long did you spend over there? Was that the first time you'd ever been there? Or?
Oh yeah, I didn't even fucking know where it was. Honestly, do you know where it is?
Well, the region. Yeah.
You know, I didn't speak the language. I didn't, and honestly, I just didn't even. I just knew. My consciousness. I believe ever since Ashley, I met Ashley. I know my entire life, every single thing in it. I know exactly why it happened. Because guess what? Imagine what it takes to be in my shoes and do what I'm doing right now. Go against all of you guys. Go. You know, you've seen how aggressive I can get when I'm having to defend.
Sure.
You know what? That takes a tremendous amount of balls. You gotta admit. And how much dominance does it take to take that many police officers and have them cower down to where they won't even talk back to you? And see, I don't want that. But the reason why I have to why you'll see, like if you start asking questions, and I'll allow you to ask a question if you're, wanting to know. For example, you mentioned about perception. I'm sorry, bud. Perception is not truth. The only truth is something that's rock solid evidence, like every ounce of everything I have, and that I've been saying all along. So perception means nothing to me because that's your illusion. Speaking of illusions, now, if you're willing to do it, your brain does not know what the color yellow blue would look like. You know why? It doesn't exist. You have the cones. Everything in the world is vibrations. Everything. Sight, sound, touch, everything.
Okay.
Well, the cones in your eyes cancel out other vibrations. That's why you see a color. Your microprocessor, let's call it your brain, or your illusion, gives you that image. I am going to just hand you this. I could do it with paper or anything. All it is 2 lines. I'm going to hand it to you. I'm going to turn my back and I'm going to look at the wall. And all I want you to do is stare exactly where the yellow and blue come together. Are you sure you want to do this?
Sure.
I will change you for life.
Okay.
Okay. So, go. No. Yeah. It probably doesn't matter at all. To me, OCD, I like things vertical.
Okay.
But so, get it to where your eyes can focus really good, right where the yellow and blue lines come together.
Okay.
Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to get your brain to learn what the color yellow-blue looks like. What your brain will start doing is it'll look at the edge of the yellow and it'll start getting a little brighter. And then it's going to look at the blue and it'll get a little darker. Then you can blink your eyes, you can keep, focusing, unfocusing, and you're going to notice those areas start getting wider. The yellow even gets brighter. The blue's a little different. It's a little darker. You would think they'd be brighter. But basically what your brain is doing, exactly what I told it to. It's trying to imagine and create the color yellow-blue because I told it to. Did you see it? Okay. Now, I'm going to tell your brain to see it the opposite direction. Close your eyes. What color is the yellow on? What side?
On the right.
How's that possible?
I think it's how we see things.
No, that's up and down. It's up and down. Everywhere in the world, it talks about everything's flipped up and down. Nothing in the world talks about it flipping this way. Now, I could get you to see it the other way too. I could get you to see it actually flip. Now, do you understand where I'm coming from? That I know things that nobody else in the world knows. I like majority of everything. I am not fully conscious. I have about 6% that I'm holding on to. What that 6% is the negativity that I'm allowing you guys to project onto me. And the reason why I'm allowing it is because I cannot leave the area until this is cleared up. Because you guys have created a lie within, in essence, the word of between me and my God, which in essence, the only stuff I'm speaking is what your God wants you to hear. And I know how to communicate with your brain to get you past the illusion, like I just did. I can, it sounds, and realize I'm recording, and I am going to be putting this online. So imagine if I'm a quack. The only way I can do all this unscripted is because I'm telling 100% honest to God truth, man. I've healed a woman in less than 6 hours. My hand is totally healed. You saw blood in you saw blood in the palm of the glove. You know when it healed? About 3 hours after I left here. You know why? Because you showed me the slightest bit of respect. You listened to me. That is the first person that has actually treated me like a human being. Like there's a possibility that I'm telling the truth.
I don't have any reason not to.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody does, other than basing it off the one lie. And the lie started when Dana switched it from crucifixion to suicide. Blatant lie. She changed my words. She never even mentioned full spectrum consciousness whatsoever when I, with everybody, identify myself right off the bat. I have in here proof
Where did she get those words? Because I don't know the whole.
Oh, it's all in here for you.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And honestly, your smartest bet would be to turn it right over to FBI. Nathan. No. Like, I know what I have to do. The first thing I have to do is I have to stop the war, and I know exactly how. Did you look when I mentioned to you about the Russian warships lined up off the Pacific coast and the Chinese warships surrounding Hawaii? Did you look? Mm-mm. Do you have a cell phone on you?
Recall that conversation.
Maybe I didn't. Maybe I mentioned something about the war. I remember that.
Okay.
But yeah.
I apologize.
No worries. You're going to shit your pants. And yeah, I speak word of God, but yeah, I can still cuss. I can still get pissed and so on. You know why? Names don't mean shit. Someone who was not conscious is the one who created these names. You know, but you're going to see, hands down, I have rock solid evidence on every single person in that group text. I have rock solid evidence against Dana, against the emergency room. I want to know the name of that wretched charge nurse that assaulted me on my second time at the emergency room, that denied me police protection that I requested 45 minutes before I got there. She said she called. She never even called you guys. Then she said that when I got in the back room, that's when I could speak to the mental health nurse, Tammy, the one who is friends with Ashley, the one who did the illegal mental health assessment. Well, as soon as she gets me in the back room, she says, no, you're not going to speak to them. She interrogates me. I have it on audio recording. And she assaults me. What I'm calling assault is, as she's like checking my blood pressure and stuff, she's like, when you hear the video, you're going to be like, oh, and hear her typing. Incredibly hard. Yesterday, the last 2 people that I needed to come clean, every single person in my family, that 7 group, don't even realize it, but in text they've admitted the truth, that they're guilty. All of them. Even,
do that?
Huh?
Did they admit to you? Or?
Oh, it's in my text message. Oh, you'll see.
Okay.
And what you have to understand is the absolute easiest way for you to process through all this, because I speak a very specific way. Try speaking only 100% facts and truth all the time. It's not easy to do when you've been in your illusion 52 years.
Yeah.
So people judge me. Oh, and my transition, I have done this in 2 months. Oh, my physical change. That was weird. I was on the potty, on the toilet, and I shit blood out, and at the same time I vomited out white foam with blood. I didn't feel bad. After it was over, that was it. And you know what? I constantly, all over my entire body, it feels like you ate too much wasabi. You know that hair? If you don't, where you get that tingling? Mm-hmm. That's what my entire body feels like. And when I'm more present, when I was doing all of this last night, I'm basically sleeping. You know how you've heard that I say that my body's asleep, but my mind is conscious. Oh, and my eyes now. Negative 475. That's legally blind without glasses. Now I'm having these are just low strength reading glasses. I'm having a frickin' major transition in my eyes. They're going back to 2020, and I've never had that in my entire life. Yeah. I mean, I could hold your hand, and I could literally have you feel my energy go into your body. Would you like me to do that? Probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, please don't.
But so very beginning, Nathan totally violated all my rights. He should have instantly contacted the FBI. The safe was cracked.
We verified Nathan's a police officer here.
Yeah. Oh, all his emails are in here too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that Officer Hafley or people?
The reason why I don't even try to remember the names is because, one, I know they're a lie. The name is a lie. It's not who you are. So I don't want to hang on to a lie. I've purged all the negativity out of my life. The names don't matter. What matters is our interaction. Okay. Every ounce of your vibrations you're putting off, I'm reading. And I could tell when we met last time. I could tell, at points you were thinking, what the fuck is going on here? I could virtually hear it. Oh, Dana?
To be, like if you're picking up on that. I mean, they're just
no, man.
They're tough to grasp,
Brother, I don't judge at all. You know why? I don't feel bad about anything that any of the officers have done. This is why I'm not going against you guys. Realize that I could own the fucking state. The Attorney General has violated my rights and not even responded back. That's not what I want. I have to leave here with this. Imagine once I'm done, how this place is going to be, recognized. Then everybody that I've affected here, I have affected the city. I mean, I go out in town, I can't talk to people very long at all because it starts, because I won't feed into your lies. So when I hear you say anything that you're feeling sorry for yourself about, I'm not going to sympathize with you because you're lying to yourself. What? You don't love yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Don't feel sorry for yourself. The only thing you truly should feel sorry for yourself is anybody who's physically harmed you. Everything else, your perception. Back to your word. It's totally different than everybody else. It's not real. You saw the lines after your eyes were closed. How is that? It's because your brain is an illusion. Yeah. It has a delay in it. So there's no way possible the experience is the same. Did I mention time? Doesn't exist.
What if you're looking into a mirror and it's...
So amazing thing about a mirror. Do you know anything about quantum entanglement, quantum physics? You know what? I know all of it. I know the future of law enforcement, and it's simply as simple as taking an auxiliary cord out of your stereo and touching it to your wrist and listening. For virtually nothing, I can give you a visual of all of your energy. All it is a matter of collecting the data. That's the future of all medicine, too. You know what you've seen in sci-fi where they lay in the booth and the machine automatically knows? Well, you take out that static electricity sound, the constant, and now you truly hear everything. I've had people do it at my home to where they can hear their heartbeat. They can hear the blood flowing through their veins. Literally. That's why, if you've heard Samaritan, I've told him, hey, I want $1 million for how they've destroyed my life, and I want a second $1 million in a nonprofit that I can give away as I go around the world to the less fortunate. And I want a volunteer president advisor position that's unpaid, because I have to train them how to, one, establish the future of medicine, and two, how the fuck to handle people like me. Because I got people around my heels. I got proof in here that I already have 8 people woke up. This is, and what it is, this is the end of times, brother. Everything you've read in your Bible, are you religious?
Yeah.
What, Christianity?
Yeah.
Okay, so the closest I could possibly explain it is Jesus was one of my life stories. I don't have an ego. You know, I love Jesus. I don't think me, Trent Suing, no, not Jesus. But you know, in your Bible, we're all one. We're all connected. You know, think about Jesus Christ at the very last second. What does he do as he's dying? He screams out, "Why have you abandoned me? Why have you forsaken me?" Guess what, bud? He wasn't conscious. He doubted him. You can already tell there's no way in hell I would scream that out as I'm dying. I would die. Honestly, I'd probably be like, thank God this fucking shit is over. You know? Imagine the torture this has been to have to allow every single member in my family treat me the worst you could ever imagine. When you read this stuff, you're going to want to fucking puke. You know what?
How are you dealing with that?
How am I able to stick my arm in the fire? How am I able to stick my hand in 490-degree bacon grease and my skin doesn't even turn red? You know, how am I able to, what's the word you guys use? Manifest. Oh, Diane, that girl who was with me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's zombie when she's around me. She just has always loved me. Oh man, I broke up with her because I wanted to hump on younger women. But she still continued to love me because she saw who I was and knows that I was honest with her. You know, I've never, ever in my life been a cheater. That is not who I am whatsoever. You know, and it just, her, one day of helping me, I shit you not, and she's a pharmacist, you know, baby soft hands. One day of helping me, she had big, thick calluses on her hands. And she's like, what the hell are you doing to me? And I'm like, hey, don't worry about it. It's cream, you know, it's not a big deal. And what do? I open, and I didn't even I've never bought the shit. I open up the cabinet, I reach up and I grab a brand new fucking container. I didn't even know there's such a thing, callus cream. Mm. Yeah, I mean, when she's been around me, there's been at least 15 things like that. That's just impossible, you know. And
does she live with you? Or
no, she lives in Salem. She's just doing everything. She knows that I need to get the hell out of here. You know I need to get the hell out of here because I've already affected the city. If you check into full spectrum consciousness, level 700 is considered the highest level. That affects 16,000 people around them. Well, dude, the person who wrote the levels of consciousness weren't what I am. They weren't full. Because guess what? I know I'm the only person in the world that's ever achieved this. You know why? Because I'm the only person in the world that would do exactly what I'm doing for you. To help all of you. Because if you do not gain your consciousness by December 24th of 2024, you are going to be stuck in what your illusion would call hell. A prisoner of your own guilt. Simply because I'm here telling you this right fucking now. And if you don't listen to me and it happens, imagine how guilty you're going to feel. Imagine how every single one of these officers here, as soon as this comes out, how guilty they're going to start feeling. How they treated me. I don't want that. That's why the chief, the reason why I've been fucking screaming and begging and doing everything I freaking can to get the chief to talk to me. Because I was trying to prevent him from causing you guys guilt. He's the only one that could have. But he refused. I'm not saying, I'm not judging him. Yeah. Because guess what? He doesn't know either. Shit. You're in the department, the one who knows the absolute most now. Lucky you. And how'd you get that way? Because I basically burned through damn near every other person in the department. And they stopped talking to me.
Did any of them give you a reason?
No. No. Oh, you're going to shit your pants. Oh, they just, Sarah, and my main concern is, I'm telling her, girl, I got to protect, I didn't even want to know her name. I told her, I don't want to know your name because I don't want any bad negativity to come towards you. And I said, it's crucial that you're never around me by yourself and you never don't have your body cam on. Because if you ever repeat something that you've experienced around me and you're by yourself, people are going to start seeing you as mentally ill. You know it, brother. You leave this room and start saying what I've shown you and told you already, they're going to want to put you on suspension until you have a mental health checkup. And honestly,